It's your girl, Alicia B, and you are now in the place to be. Welcome to the Lituation room. Y'all already know the vibes of the season. If you haven't listened to the first few episodes out right now, I'm going to give you a little bit of time to go back, get comfortable, go listen to all the other ones, and then come back here. Okay, go ahead.
Huh?
Welcome back. Hey. Wasn't that great? Well, we have a great episode lined up for you today. And, I'm going to keep saying this the day I die. I have very large love for the DMV natives, wherever they reside in the world. As long as they was from the DMV and still stay tried and true to us, I got to put them on my platform. So I have the amazing Chino here with me today.
Yeah, you already know. What's good?
Yes. Okay. I'm going to let you introduce yourself because this man has accolades, okay? And we're going to talk about all the accolades because I wasn't even ready when I was researching. But let's give a little brief intro to who you are.
Well, yeah, I'm a Chino. I'm a producer, writer, artist, engineer. Half of the Atomix. It's a production team. Me and my partner Tay. To be honest, I don't even be remembering all the accolades. It's like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just like, Billboard, platinum, gold. Like, I just got a few things underneath my belt. Got to get plenty more though. So.
Yes, look at him being humble, talking about, I don't even remember. So let me refresh your memory real quick. Hold on. So he is a Billboard charting producer duo of the Atomix, like he said. He has writing credits and production credits for such artists such as A Boogie, Kodak, Rico, Dream Doll. And that's just a little bit of taste. Like, I ain't gonna give y'all the whole spiel. Y'all gotta go and listen to the records and everything. From what I'm aware of, he definitely just dropped a whole single 2 months ago.
Yeah, my first record out the blue. It's called Diamond in the Rough.
And the analytics behind it, sir. Let's just talk about that. So, A Diamond in the Rough, that's the track. Yeah. And you dropped it randomly 2 months ago. How was the process? Like, what was your thought process to just randomly drop this track?
So, all right. So, like, I'm going to kind of tell you how the record came about. It was like, you know how quarantine hit? And so, they was like shutting down the studios out here. And so I was like just stuck in the house. So I'm making beats all day. And I was just like, all right, I kind of want to do something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was getting a little drained from making beats. So I was like, all right, let me just try to record a song. It's probably like 4 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was kind of like, I was just bored. So, but I feel like the record is one of them records that just, it's like dear to my heart because it's like talking about something I was going through in the moment. So, it's like a therapeutic session. 4 a.m, it's just me and the mic, you know what I'm saying? So that's just what came out. And that's how the record came to be. Like, but as far as it coming out, it was one of them things where I was just playing it for people just to see what they think. I would rather, shop the record type thing. Like, it was one of those, but people just kept saying, bro, just put that shit out. Like, put it out. So I'm like, all right, let me see. So I was originally supposed to binge drop it probably like July or something. But I just kept stalling, like, because I'm like, bro, I'm not an artist. Like, I don't really be doing that. And then maybe like a month before my birthday, which was October 1st, that's when I dropped the record. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to just drop it on my birthday.
Yes.
So I just made the cover art and, you know what I'm saying, did what I had to do. And then, boom, just dropped it out of the blue. Like, I didn't really tell too many people. I just dropped it. And it did, I mean, for it to be out the blue, my first thing, like, it's doing pretty good. Like,
pretty good. It's doing amazing. Just from the Spotify Wrapped alone, what is it? I got the notes. Hold on. It's 46.3K streams with 38.7 listeners in 37 countries with just one track that was dropped 2 months ago.
And I think actually that they just didn't count all the streams, like, whenever they made the actual unwrapped thing, because it's actually double that. Yeah, it's actually double. It's like 87,000 or something like that.
And you wasn't about to drop this track.
Yeah, I wasn't even about to. Yeah, and this is like out the blue. So I'm just like, I'll fuck with the support I got because it's like I didn't expect to be doing this. So I look at it
Well,
as it's a
right.
stepping stone. Like what I'm saying. It's one of the things where why not try it? Like what's the harm in it? So
Right. So do you think that you're going to continue on this solo
yeah,
journey alongside of everything?
I like putting out music. So I think I'm definitely gonna be putting out more music. Um, I like the whole process, and then I think I look at it like a learning thing.
Mm,
Like I've always been on the producer side of things, and just so I'ma always do that, but I'll be wanting to see what the other side is like as an
right.
artist, and like just dealing with people on that aspect,
Right.
um, and just seeing how people kind of gravitate to the music like that as well. So with me being a producer and an artist, it just let me see both. But it's like the best of both worlds type of thing. Like
Right.
so.
You'll definitely be able to understand the artist more and then able to cater what you're producing to what people are responding to
Exactly.
because
Yeah.
you're in that position
Yeah.
as well.
Right. Right. Exactly. I feel like that was a big thing, a big help because ever since I kind of started writing, I approach how I make beats a little bit differently because I'm like, all right, I gotta leave a certain space or leave in a certain type of groove because
Mm-hmm.
I know if even if I'm not actually getting on it, I know there's a certain pocket that an artist might want to get in.
Mm-hmm.
So it just helped me when it comes to making beats. Like I don't know, it just works that way. Like it was a good thing for me to kind of tap into that.
Well, I'm excited to hear what's next because clearly everybody else is excited too with the
Yeah,
way that people are responding. So let's just dive into who Chino is and like how he's gotten to this point. So clearly
yeah,
we already said you from the DMV, Largo. Shout out to all the Largo people. So
yeah.
and I know that you moved to Atlanta. So how is how much of the DMV culture do you bring to Atlanta and how much does Atlanta affect your music and everything?
Um. Well, when it comes to like the music and how I kind of approach music, I feel like a lot of my beats and stuff they got a bounce to it, and that just come from how I grew up. Was like I was playing in go-go bands and stuff, so there's like a certain bounce, you know what I'm saying, that you
Yeah.
feel. Everybody know it. Like it's a certain bounce. So I try to incorporate that in the beats. But it's like it's literally like a blend of that bounce that I always get from go-go with this with like the trap sound of the South. Like so I feel like that's kind of what best describes my sound and like just how much of the DMV I'm bringing into the Atlanta music. Um as far as like artist wise, I don't know. I just kind of go wherever my mind takes me. So it's not
Right.
really the influence from anywhere one thing, like I should say.
Well, I'm glad that you're
Yeah.
bringing in the go-go beat and bounce to Atlanta because
Yeah.
some people be shitting on go-go, and I just really be trying to figure out why because go-go is so good.
I feel like because ever since I moved out here, I try to be put people on the go-go, but it's like they just don't understand it. That's all.
Mhm.
It's like it's just one of them things people just don't really understand.
Yeah.
Um, like I might be in my in my jam like 2 o'clock in the morning and want to play some go-go music, but nobody would get it. You know what I'm saying? Like people just don't get it if it's not their culture. That's like somebody who's from I don't know Alaska going to New Orleans and trying to figure out bounce music. Like they don't understand it all the way.
Right.
So I feel like that's just what it is.
Okay, so when you moved to Atlanta, you
Yeah.
went and got your bachelor's from Full Sail. Do you feel like Full Sail kind of like helped you really figure out that this is something that you wanted to take it seriously, or did you always know that you wanted to do this?
So no, all right. So basically how that went was I was always into art. Like I was always into like painting, drawing, graphic design and all of that. So I was doing that real heavy, like basically all my life. The music, me just being in the band, that was just like a hobby.
Mhm.
Um, and then I remember it was just one time basically, senior year, you gotta kind of get ready to figure out what you're doing with the rest of your life, right? And
Right.
I'm kind of feeling all this pressure, and I'm like, I don't think I want to go back to a 4-year college and get no. I'm tired of school. Like that's just how I felt.
Mm-hmm.
But it was either like for my parents, it was either school or my dad wanted me to go to the Air Force and all type of stuff. Like I wasn't really with that, so I was like, you know what? Let me figure out an alternative. So I was like, well, I had a cousin that went to Full Sail, and I remember when I was younger, I went to go visit him out there. And when I was just thinking about what I should do after college, it was like, damn, like I could just do this. Like, granted, I'm still in school, but it's 2 years instead of 4. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I did the advanced program, so I'm just like, all right, I could get in and out. You know what I'm saying? I went to college at 17, graduated at 19. I was literally in and out, like, but I feel like me being there, it definitely helped me. Because I started understanding things from like a technical perspective, and like it just kind of helped me when it come to just knowing why I do certain things in music. It wasn't really like, I feel like if you're not a strong-minded person creatively, it can kill your creativity,
Right.
because you're gonna be thinking too technical all the time. So you gotta have a balance. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like you gotta be able to have a balance, and I feel like that for me, that's what helped me, was because I'ma always be creative, but that school kind of taught me all of the technical stuff. So now I got the best of both worlds.
Nice. Okay. So do you remember the first person that you ever made a beat or produced for?
I mean, I don't remember the first person, but I remember when I got to college, the first like recognizable thing like that I got was it was a Orlando artist. His name Whoop, and I remember they reached out to me. I had sent them some beats or whatever. I remember they reached out to me, his label, and they was like, "Yo, how much for the exclusive?" I was so geeked, like I was happy as hell, because I'm like, "Yo, this is my first like real beat like being sold." Like it was just one of the moments. But yeah, Whoop, he probably was he had came out with a tape. What I want to say it was called Whoop Lingo.
Okay.
But that was the first one. I remember like, everybody around the school was like, "Yo, you got a record with Whoop?" Like, it was crazy. Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think? I feel like you've made and produced for a lot of people at this point, so this might be
Yeah.
hard, but do you have one that you feel like, man, like I made it, or a time where you just feel like this was like your best record that you could have produced?
Um. Hmm. The best record that I feel like I've produced isn't out yet,
Who?
but yeah, it's not out
Okay.
yet. But the the records that I feel like kind of put me at like a damn, like I could do this, like I did this, is all the 3 records I have on A Boogie's album. I feel like those were like, that was like a milestone in my life. Like when I looked at it, it was like, damn, like I'm
Those went
literally
gold or platinum?
so the album is platinum.
Right. Okay.
The songs aren't gold or anything. They
Right.
just are on the album, so
Right.
they just counts towards the album being platinum. But yeah, it was just like one of them situations where I was just looking at it like, damn, like, yo, I'm a kid from Largo, like I got Billboard #1, like you know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. When I was a kid, I didn't think I would see nothing like this. Like this wasn't even a thought for me. So
Right.
I feel like that was the moment where I was like, damn, like I could do this for real.
Do you, for certain producers, I've realized with Neptune, you can kind of hear exactly when Neptune is producing a beat, or I mean, for real in general. But
Yeah, yeah.
do you have a signature style that when people hear it, you're like, oh yeah, that's Chino? Or is it just, it depends on the artist and depends on where you are in the moment?
It kind of depends, because I feel like, so you know how different producers got their niche, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, like when me and my partner, when we make our music, it's more so our niche is being versatile. Like we try to expand and do all like a wide range of stuff. So it's not really like one specific sound.
Right.
But because we are so versatile and we kind of just tried so many different genres and so many different things. What we try to do is we have the sound that we put in every beat, and it's like it's basically like a rocket taking off. Like that's because that's the brand, and that's like we want people to know, like when they hear that, they know it's our beat because all of our beats are so different.
Right.
So
it's
that's
kind of like your producer tag in a way, where like when
we have a producer tag, but then it's just our.
It's like a click. Like if you're not listening really closely, you wouldn't realize.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. But when you actually pay attention, if you go and listen to basically every record that we have out, you will notice this one sound, and it's in every song. It's every song. So
I need to go back.
And you're gonna notice it. You're gonna be like, oh shoot, like I hear it. And when you hear it, that's how people gonna like just identify, like, yo, that's an AMG beat, like, you know what I'm saying? So
okay.
Yeah, it's just a little bit,
Let me go back and do my homework so I can hear it, because I love stuff like that. Because I feel like with me and my love of music, I love when I find a new thing about a song every single time.
Yeah.
I was talking to my friends about, this isn't, hip hop or anything, but she came to my mind. But Ariana Grande has a way of putting so many layers in her music that I'm able to learn something different about her music every single time. And I love that sometimes artists put so much into it that the average listener doesn't even realize how much went into making and layering and putting out a project. All they're hearing is the melody. They don't hear everything else behind it. So what do you think is your favorite part about making music? Like what layer or portion of making music would be your favorite part?
Exactly that. The details. All the details. I love it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how can I say? Like, if I'm making a beat, right? Like, I could hear a sound, but me just being able to pitch it down and then add this effect, like all of those little details that turn one sound into a completely different sound is everything that I love about it. Like, not even just when it comes to the beat, even when it comes to like writing and stuff, the way I say a certain word, like I got to re-record. I'll sit here and re-record a line 80 times just to get it exactly how I want it. Cause it's just like, it's in the details for me. I feel like people notice it without noticing it. You know what I'm saying? They appreciate it, but people don't really understand. Like you said, they don't really see how many layers and how many times you got to redo things and all the detail work that go into it. But I like the detail. I like all the groundwork. I just like the whole aspect of building something from scratch. Like, the best way I could explain this is literally like sound. Like when I open up my computer and I'm making a beat and I'm making a song, it's nothing there. It's literally a blank canvas. So for me to build something from scratch and it's out of my head completely, like I feel like that's the best thing in the world, because like people really, once they hear the finished product, it's like they can appreciate it for what it is, and it just came from out of my head. Like,
I was with such an appreciation on producers after I started watching Deconstructed by Genius. And I'm mad that they don't do Deconstructed no more right now. They need to come back and get it back on YouTube, because watching Deconstructed, I was like, yo, and it'd be like the hits at the time. So it could have been Bodak when it was hot or anything really. And I'll sit there and listen to how it was literally nothing. Like, it doesn't sound anything like what the final product sounds like. And as they're slowly adding the plugins or each layer and effect, you're slowly starting to hear it. But then I realized looking at their screen that that's like 100 layers on one 3-minute track. And I'm just like, yo, y'all put in a lot of work. So I respect y'all so much. Like, I respect the artists, but I feel like the producers do not get as much credit as they deserve, for real, for real.
Yeah, but and that's what like I said, I feel like it's good because I get to see both sides now. It's like I really do get to see both sides, and I feel like all of those details, all of that work that I'm building my beats, I'm doing to the beats, I can actually see the final product all the way through,
right?
Because I'm doing the artist side now, so it's like, I don't know. I think that's really cool because a lot of people don't get to see it all the way through. So,
So speaking of producers, I don't know if you've heard or seen this when Hitmaker said it. First of all, y'all need to help Hitmaker in his life
Yeah,
because
yeah,
Hitmaker going through it and Hitmaker's lit. But he mentioned on his socials how he feels like Spotify and Apple Music and Tidal and all of those things should have producer pages where
yeah,
it's not just, like Metro Boomin has a whole album out and that just happens to be on his Spotify, but none of his other works are
right.
on
It's
his
like
page.
you have to be an artist
Mm-hmm.
in order for your music to come out that way. I do think I agree completely with how you feel, because I think if people go on my Spotify, like if they just type in the Atomics or they type in Chino or they type in Tay, like all of our stuff should just pop up.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't, like, people shouldn't have to hunt to find out who produced this. Like,
Right.
I feel like it's 2020 though. Like, I feel like, come on, like,
I feel
why
like
are we talking
producers,
about this?
right? Like I feel like producers have done so well at making them known that sometimes even the smallest things they may not get production credits in the right way.
Yeah, yeah,
So the only way that someone would know is if they were able to, search a name and be like, oh,
right,
okay, I didn't even know that they produced that, because I go through that where it's like, I'll look at something and I'll be like, dang, I didn't even know that he produced that. That's so crazy. Or she
right.
produced that. And I
Yeah,
wish that I was able to just go in a discography and be like able to see everything without having to go to like Wikipedia
right.
or something.
And the thing is, it's really not that hard to do. It's just, I feel like labels and just all of the people, in the back, like, I don't know how else to put it, but the people in the back
Yeah.
don't. It's like they just don't care. But it's like, it's not hard work. Like, it's really not
Right.
hard. You type in my name and add it. You know what I'm saying? It's not a complicated process. But people just, I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I feel like if you're not a big producer,
Right.
they don't really care. And even with the big producers, they still don't care, clearly.
Yeah, yeah, clearly. Yeah. It's like, I don't know why people got to fight for credit so much
Right.
nowadays. Because it's like, where would that be without so and so? Like, where, you know what I'm saying? Everybody plays a part, so everybody should get their credit. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying?
There's there's
I'm
tracks
not,
where you wouldn't even, I feel like they wouldn't even have the hype that they do if a certain thing wasn't implemented by the producer in that song.
exactly. Like, for real. That's real. Because there's a lot of things, like, somebody could have added. And I mean, the thing is, some things may be bigger than others. Like, certain people might have had, like, added something that was just more beneficial to the final product. But it's like, regardless, if somebody did something to this, give them their credit. Like,
Right.
that's the
Even if it's
least
a
people can
little, it's
get.
even if it's a little background vocal for 2 seconds, they need to be in there.
Just the credit. Like, just, that's all. Like, I don't know.
Okay, so let's talk about Atomix. How did
Yeah.
you and Tay come together and form this group?
So we actually was playing keyboards in the band together back when I was in back home, and that's how we met. And then we used to just like link up. I would just pull up to his house or whatever, and we just make beats. Um, and then when I went away to college, he's like a year behind me, so he ended up, like, he would just come out there and come, pull up to my crib. We would just make beats. And then when he actually came to college, um, that's when he came to me with the idea, like, yo, how about we just, like, make this an official thing,
Mhm.
basically. We was already always making beats, so it was just like,
Right.
why not turn it into like a thing? So that's pretty much how it came to be.
Do you feel like you guys balance each other out, or is there some
Definitely.
things that he does that, you
Yeah.
know, he perfects, and like there's some things that you do, and then when you come together, like how does that work for you both?
So I feel like because we already had this like history in music together, there's like a certain chemistry that we already got.
Hmm.
Musically, it's certain. I know it's like I trust his ear, he trusts my ear.
Right.
So there's certain things that he's gonna do to a record that I wouldn't have thought of,
Hmm.
and I feel like it just makes the product way better than if I just, you know what I'm saying, sit on something for so long trying to figure out what I need to do.
Right.
If I get stuck on something, I know I can just send it to him and he's gonna make sure it get to the, you know, reach its fullest potential.
Right.
And vice versa. Like he knows he can send me stuff and I'm going, you know, do what I do best at it. And I feel like that's what kind of makes our like the chemistry just kind of work together. Like just we both do different things that
I think that's amazing because sometimes with groups, there's like a butting of heads that happens, especially with producer duos or groups in general, where it's like one will outshine the other and they'll be more known than the other. But I feel like with what you guys have done, from what I'm aware of, y'all are really good at finding the blend and then still being strong individually. But when y'all come together, it's like explosive.
Exactly. And I mean, at the end of the day, the whole thing is like, it's just a communication thing. Mm-hmm. Like we always, we always, you know what I'm saying? Like just sit and talk about, all right, like, boom, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And then, because at the end of the day, the whole point is just to like push the brand, develop the brand as big as possible. So all of the things that we do all tie back into the same, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if this was a pot of food, he bringing that seasoning, I'm bringing that seasoning, and we just bringing it together. Right. But it all's going to go into the same thing. So
you so black because you're talking about seasonings. Love it.
Look, hey, you know what I'm saying? I eat good.
I was like, come on, analogy. Love that.
Hey, that's the best way to explain it. You know
that was really good. Okay, so since we talk about music, you already know what's about to happen. You already know. We're gonna test your hip hop knowledge real quick. I'm not gonna put too much pressure, but you know, my audience, they may put pressure.
They might, cause sheesh. All right, let's see.
Okay, maybe I should start on like an easy note. Let me see if I can find an easy one. Okay, this might be easy. Okay. So it's multiple choice. So it'll be easy.
All right. Like, see, that's what helped me. Yeah.
Okay, so the first question is, according to Forbes, what hip hop artist became the first billionaire? Is it Puff Daddy, Master P, Dr. Dre, or Jay-Z?
According to Forbes, I feel like they would have said Dr. Dre.
Are you sure?
The first billionaire? Oh no, was it? It was Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
It was Jay-Z. Yeah.
I was about to say, hold on, friend. Hold on.
I'm like, hold on. I'm trying to think who was first. Was it Jay-Z or Dre? I know it was between them two though. For sure.
Yeah. I don't think Dre got recognition. I don't think hip hop got recognition in Forbes when Dre was like super popping.
Yeah.
But speaking of the 90s, in 1994, Nas released his first studio album called Illmatic, It Was Written, or The World Is Yours.
First of all, I was born in 95. So let's put that in the air. So if I get this wrong, I don't want nobody on my ass. I wasn't even thought of yet. But I'm going to say Illmatic.
It's Illmatic, you're right. He said, first of all.
Like, I was born in 95. You said 94?
Hey, I was born in 97 and I knew it.
I mean, hey, I got it right. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Nas is not going to come for you and be like, what?
Hey, I can't let Nas down.
Because that'd be crazy if one day when y'all work, we going to put it in the atmosphere. When y'all work, he going to be like, I heard that you...
Man, yeah, nah. Can't do that.
All right. Next question. What is the birth name of the rapper and actor familiarly known as Ice Cube? Is it Tracy Moreau, Calvin Ooh, we're not gonna say that name because y'all about to come for me because I don't know how to pronounce his actual government name.
I don't even know who you're talking about.
O'Shea Jackson or Christopher Wallace?
O'Shea Jackson. Yeah.
I was about to say Snoop Dogg's real name, but I don't know how to pronounce his last name, and we're not about to do that for me.
That's it's like Calvin. What is it? Broadus?
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
I wasn't even about to do that to myself, so I said let's skip that name.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got it right. It's definitely O'Shea because O'Shea Jackson Jr. Period.
I was just watching what's the movie? Straight Outta Compton.
I loved Straight Outta Compton. I loved how real they were because some movies, you know, they be
Man.
fabricating, trying to make it look good. That's why I liked New Editions as well because they told you all the good, the bad, and ugly that happened with them.
I like them type of movies. I like looking at movies about music, history, and stuff.
Yes.
That was
Okay. Next question. Oh, this is gonna be a little harder. Maybe you'll know this. Okay. So, what group did the song "Mass Appeal" belong to? Is it Jurassic 5, Gangstar, Naughty by Nature, or Onyx?
I'm gonna let you know I don't know this, but I'm gonna say Naughty by Nature.
Yes. For someone who don't know, you got it right. Look at that.
Hey,
Don't doubt yourself. Don't do it.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
Okay.
It just sounds familiar. I'm gonna tell you that it sounded familiar. So
That's why
like,
I got it right too.
Yeah, it's like subliminally, I knew the answer. I just don't think I knew it, but I knew it.
Yeah, I knew it, but I didn't know it. I just knew Naughty by Nature.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna do a couple more. So, where did Wu-Tang Clan originate from? And I mean, they got a whole Hulu series. So,
Oh yeah, I'm already knowing. I know this.
Period. So, you want to just tell me the answer instead of getting the multiple choice?
Let me still get the most.
Okay. Hunts Point, South Bronx, Harlem, or Staten Island?
Staten Island, yeah, for sure.
Yes. See, I feel like you didn't.
I had to be sure.
All right, last question. How many members were in Bone Thug and Harmony? Is it 6, 3, 5, or 4?
4.
Mm-mm.
Oh man, it's like 6 of them.
It's 5.
Man, I thought it was
okay.
only 4.
It's okay. One wrong.
Look, one wrong. That means I passed this test.
You passed it. Solid.
Yeah. School, I would have got a good B.
Yes, solid. Okay. So back to you because that's what we here for. So you know, I did a little creeping. That's what I do. On your Twitter back in March 11th of this year. You broke down your music career in a glance.
I remember that tweet. I thought you were about to pull up some dirt or something.
Oh no. We don't got time for that. I'm not a messy interviewer. We're not gonna do that. But you broke it down saying that year 1 you were broke as shit in college. Year 2 you were still broke, but you just happened to have a degree behind it. Yeah. Year 3 you freelance, got random jobs. Year 4 your internship finally turned into a studio position, and then 5 and 6 you're actually getting the placements and blessings that you ultimately deserve. How do you feel that has affected who you are as a person, going through all those times and years that you just weren't getting the recognition or the placements that you felt like you really wanted to get?
It's part of the process. Like I appreciate every moment, everything I had to go through. I still be looking back like, damn, I should have did this or I should have did that. But it's like ultimately the reason things didn't go a certain way is so that I can become who I am now. So I don't hold myself like to this, damn, I didn't do this, or, you know, regrets and all that. I don't really think about anything like that. I feel like trusting the process is important, and timing, I believe in timing so strongly that it wasn't time for me to pop, 5 years ago. I was supposed to go through everything I went through. So being broke gave me a certain discipline. And then me, going to college, that taught me patience. Like, it's different. Every stage of my life taught me something. So I feel like even to this day, I know there's probably like not a lot of people that probably don't believe in this, right? But angel numbers, there's this one number I see all the time. I've been seeing it since college, the number 911. And it basically is like one door closes and another one opens. That's the short of that, right? So I feel like every stage of my life was that. Like, I would go through this one phase and it would be over with, and then I would move on to the next phase. So that's kind of like how I live my life. So all of that was me going through different stages, me going through one thing, I'm ending that chapter and I'm moving on to the next.
Right. I feel like our generation has a tendency of wanting instant gratification, and the music industry will humble the hell out of you
Yeah.
because it's never going to be instant gratification. Even for people that you may see have that instant gratification,
Hmm.
it's literally just that. They're very instant and then it fades quickly because you
Exactly.
didn't do the work to put in longevity. So,
Right.
what is some advice that you have to producers, artists, people striving and grinding out here in the DMV or even in the Atlanta area? Because
Yeah.
that's also a true statement. Like, what do you want to say to these people who, right now, with the climate of 2020, it's really hard to, stay motivated and have your goals still stay in mind? So, what do you have to say to them?
Just literally push yourself. If you do something every day that's gonna benefit your end goal, do it. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, just stay down, do that shit, and ultimately, like, you just gotta stick to your gut. Like, really stick to your gut. Believe what you like. Whatever's in your head, like, believe that it's gonna come to true. Like, you gotta really have faith in this stuff. Like, in this business, like, you gotta. People, the way I see it is, if you don't got faith in yourself, nobody else will. Like, if you don't believe in your heart that, yo, I'm gonna be the shit one day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody else really gonna believe in it. So you just gotta stay down, you know what I'm saying? Like, learn yourself and learn your craft. And yeah, that's the best way I could put it. Like,
I
gotta
think the
stay.
best people are always still students at the end of the day. They're always still
Yeah.
learning something about them. Like with my craft and, learning music and radio, like I'm still always looking at interviews, always trying to figure out what
Yep.
people are doing that's making them successful, or listening to music in a completely different way than I did when I was just a consumer. Like I'm
Right.
always trying to train my ear to new things. And
Facts.
besides music, we got to give the people things that you do when you're not making music. I know that making music is a 24/7,
Yeah, it
365
really is. It
type of
really is.
thing, but clearly you have to be doing something else that's not just music. So what do you
Man.
like to do when you need a relief?
Yeah. So when I be needing a break, I like going to I go to Top Golf. Like, I don't know, I suck at it, but I just like going. I go to the shooting range a lot. Like, I really like, you know what I'm saying, shooting and just kind of, it's like a stress reliever.
Mm-hmm.
People don't notice about me, but like, I be playing with the fucking Rubik's Cube. Like,
Yes, Rubik's
yeah,
Cube.
I know how to solve it. So it's like, it's a stress reliever too. Like, I just do it, and then it kind of clear my head. So but outside of, like, I'm trying to think what else I be doing. I like doing fun stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? Just stuff that kind of keep me active, like go-karting and
Yeah.
uh
Yes,
stuff
go
like that.
kart.
Like, yeah.
I feel like
But
it's
definitely, like, shooting guns and Top Golf probably like my top. Like, I do
okay.
that
Top
stuff
golf.
like,
I ain't been to
yeah.
Top Golf. Top Golf's too expensive for me. But
Oh God.
But I like knowing that because I feel like sometimes people just think that because we eat, sleep, breathe, repeat music, that's literally all you need to do. And sometimes that can cause you to burn. Not sometimes that can cause you to burn out.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And
I definitely I felt myself getting burnt out at one time. Like, I was feeling so uninspired. Actually, I was, I started painting again. I hadn't painted in, like, since I, graduated high school. I haven't done any painting or any drawing. But it was probably like earlier this year. It was maybe like 4 months ago. I felt myself getting burnt out. Like, I was like, all right, I'm feeling uninspired. I'm doing too much right now. So I probably took, like, not too long, but I took some time off and I just did a couple paintings. I literally painted everything in my house. And yeah.
so I'm gonna
So
call you for some artwork, period.
for sure. My whole family do it. Like, my sister, my dad, like, it's in our blood. So it's like, I was like, when I picked up the brush again, I'm like, dang, I still got it. Like, all right. Nah, and that's definitely something I like doing, like, to get out of my head when I'm just stuck.
Right. I feel like when you finally get out of your head, that's when you make the best stuff. Clearly, because you said the best thing hasn't even been released yet.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's wild because this whole week, I feel like I've been in my bag. Like,
Yes.
in my bag. Like, I don't know, something in the air right now.
I feel
I
like
already know.
2021 is going to be a year for a
That's
lot
what I was
of
just about to
things.
say. Yeah, the stuff that I'm doing right now is what's going to be for
Mhm.
2021, and it's going to be crazy. Like, it's going to be
Yeah.
crazy.
I definitely, when I have a planner and every month there's like a word of the month that you have to fill in. And at the beginning, I said that 2020 was a year of preparation. And I didn't realize what I was saying until a couple of days ago. I was starting to see and like reevaluate everything that's been happening to me this year. And I was like, oh no, like something's happening. Like something big is going to happen for me. And I don't know what it is, but 2021 about to be lit. So everybody just needs to stay tuned because I don't know what it is, but it's going to happen. And I'm seeing it for you too. You're going to be big. It's going to be big.
Hey,
just don't forget me, you know.
Talking to God about it. I ain't gonna forget you, yo. This is probably one of the best interviews I've ever done, so I fuck with it.
Don't be doing that. Don't be guessing me like that. But let the people know where they can find you and stay up to date with everything that you're doing.
So everything is at the Real Chinoo, TheRealChinoo, 2 O's.
Yes,
Gotta have
2 O's. Don't do that.
Yeah, they be trying to do me dirty. Call me Chino, just 1 O.
That's ridiculous.
2 O's.
Gotta fight.
2 O's. But and you can follow the Atomix at the Atomix Music, ATOMIX.
Yeah.
And we got, you know what I'm saying, we got new artists that's about to, you know, drop heavy come 2021. So it's a lot in store. A lot we working on a lot. And we doing a lot of stuff for producers as well. Like we trying to, you know what I'm saying, do the sound kits and the stuff. And man, you know what I'm saying, like it's just a lot going on. So we just want to make sure that we catering to different people who like look, you know, just watch us and are in tune with what we got going on.
Right. Well, I am so glad that you came on and spoke with me today. I'm very, very happy. But, you know, we gonna do our little spiel real quick. You already know what's going on. Follow us on Instagram at The Lituation R Pod. It's real simple, real cute. On Twitter, The Lituation RMP, because, you know, Twitter didn't want me to succeed and have both the same at names, but it's cute, it's fine. Or you can just go over to our website at thelituationroompodcast.co and stay up to date with us because we have so many more things coming. So stay tuned. You gotta stay tuned to find out. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.